Hey everyone, how's it going? Octopus here and welcome back to evercrisis. It is time for that first dungeon ranking, the high score event, high score challenge, whatever you want to call it. I finally finished my stream not too long ago, about 10 minutes. We were there for hours since the event was released and we came up with a bunch of strategies. I'm going to show you my ranking, my current best run, and a bunch of tips for you guys to hit that 1.2 million score to get all the rewards, because as of just a regular player, someone who's not spending a bunch or playing a lot of hours, this is possible. It is very, very possible. So we're just going to try to get all those rewards in there, and then later on I'll have a video explaining like how to get the best score possible out of this, because I already have a good idea of how to milk a lot of points out of this. So let's talk about that in this video. I want to start this video out by saying don't stress making top 100, 1000, so on and so on, because the main thing here is hit these rewards. There's a bunch of freebies here, and just getting that really cool title feels really, really good. And I believe all of you guys can hit this 1.2, especially if I get a couple tips here that might give you the extra push. Now, when it comes to ranking rewards, the biggest thing here is the synthesis materia, and this doesn't guarantee a 5-star materia. This allows you to go into your materia and make anything a 3-star guaranteed, which is a higher chance of getting a 4-star or a 5-star, but most likely 3 or 4 stars. Now, if you make top 1000, you're getting 10 of each ticket. If you make top 1500, you get 5 guaranteed 4 stars or 10 of these. It doesn't matter. Even if you're top 1 or 10, these tickets can be complete garbage. Absolutely nothing you need. It's just a poll that doesn't guarantee a 5-star. So the real race here is for synthesis, and synthesis is RNG for the materia. So realistically, the only things that matter are the titles. And is that going to change your game? No. So everyone else, whatever you get, be proud, be happy, and don't worry about it. Now let's talk about how to get to 1.2 mil and what was my best run. So don't forget, before we jump into my party and everything, this is here for a whole week. When you're weak now, you'll be strong by the end of the week. Week. You know what I mean? So my party, for not having Sephiroth, not having Lucia, and just having your Cloud, I have a basic Shiva here, single target, only level 4, no nodes unlocked. I got the second form, which is AoE Ifrit over here, at level 4, no extra nodes unlocked. I've got weapons that I'm missing. They're not fully maxed out, but the key thing here is have a good Blizzard blow and a good Fire blow for Cloud, or if you have Sephiroth, just use Sephiroth. And then Red 13 or Barret for these runs. You can literally run anything. Just make sure your team is strong enough to get through this as fast as possible, because one of the major score differences is beating the bosses immediately as soon as you enter. And I'm gonna give you guys a couple tips to really get you through that. So let me show you the run for this one. Every single run I did, I took a screenshot because there is something a little bit different. My first run was an S rank at 1 million for the hardest difficulty. And then I got an S plus by beating Reno. And then I got this with the current team you see behind me, a 1.120, being very close to my Sephiroth Lucia run. And my first attempt with Sephiroth is better with Cloud over here, not beating Reno, by the way. This is a non-Reno run, 1.12. All right, so the actual material I'm using here is Fire Blizzard, because it's obvious, right? And then there's a couple things that are really important on this build. Red 13 does have X Sigil Break, like Sephiroth has. Cloud has Triangle Break, but we're going to be using Circle because most of the fights in there are going to need that. And then Aerith is running both Circle and X, but she's running Ruin Blow Circle Sigil, because one important thing, here's all the enemies if you guys want a quick chart, kind of see what their weaknesses are, what's what Sigil breaking. If you guys haven't done it yet, this is the whole rundown. But Behemoth is one big enemy that's going to annoy you. There is a phase where you have to break its sigils. If you use magic sigils breaker, like Runra, instead of Runra Blow, you'll actually trigger the counter and end up getting killed by Flare, because even the auto battle won't switch to defense because it's way too fast and it's a counter. So use Runra Blow. Physical spells will not trigger the counter, breaking that sigil break, making that fight so much easier. Speaking of order of killing these guys, you have to kill the bird first, and you're going to have an option. Here's going to be like one of those things where I got from my viewers. Alexia and Surge pointed this out. This is a really easy way to get 600,000, but you got to beat the bird first. Every time you kill an enemy in a crisis dungeon, the next enemy gets stronger. And every time you kill an enemy, the next enemy gets stronger. Only for the bosses, right? So as long as there's a symbol boss, which there's this many in there, you will want to be able to kill them in an order that you can deal with. For me, The bird was first because you had to. Then I went straight to the fire soldiers, then behemoth, and then the queen. Depending on your party, this doesn't work. If the queen gives you the most trouble, then go from the bird to the queen, but the queen can be saved for like second or third. Since I figured out a way to beat behemoth with using the physical attack below Runra, I then went from the bird to the 3 guys, bringing Ifrit to blow them up, switched to the queen, and then came to behemoth. It all depends on the run, what difficulty you have, and who gives you the most trouble. Don't kill them in order. Kill them in the order of what you can do to really improve your score. So let's quickly do a run with this team. Same setup I just showed you, using the Runra blows to kill the behemoth. And let's go through a quick order. I'm going to cut and go straight to the boss fight so you don't have to see me walking around. All the chests and everything else are pretty easy to fight. So as you're doing this, make sure you guys open every single chest. I believe the game registers all the items you didn't use, but I don't know if it's regardless if you open a chest or not, or collect them from random enemies. So boss number 1 is the bird. This is going to be the tip coming from Alexia and Surge. They mentioned that if you just want to quickly get that 1.2 million, what you're going to do here is defeat this enemy and then take the bonus of 30%. And here's the reason. So everything you fight in here, you're not going to fight in auto mode. You're going to play in semi. Auto mode seems to be a little wanky and broken, so make sure you're doing that. Enemy is weak to ice, so all you got to do is spam all that defense down. In this case, I'm going to put on semi. I have Night Bloom on Aerith. I'm going to let Night Bloom hit first because the more damage you do to an enemy, the more score you get. You got to wait for that to cast, land, and then armor break to get the 3 tiers down. Now that I have 3 tiers down on defense, I'm going to go ahead and use Cloud and spam as much as I can. If you have Lucia, it's going to allow you to do the most damage. So you want to do the biggest number you can possible and kill this guy as soon as possible. So I was hitting around over 11,000, somewhere around that with Cloud. So that's bonus damage, and this is how fast I killed it. So score number 1. Went way too fast for you guys to see. So I'm just going to open up that real quick. So over here, crisis level from 1 to 2. Like I said, every boss you kill, the dungeon gets harder. For this one, we're going to choose score bonus 30%, and we're going to lose these minus 50 in physical and magical. And this is part of the strategy to get that 600. So the first enemy gave me 68,961. So we're going to go straight to the end and go kill the dragon. This is going to be the big tip. Grab whatever chest you can along the way. Don't touch any other bosses and go straight to the dragon. So when you run into a random enemy fight, what you're going to on the way there, go ahead and kill 2 of these guys real quick. You're going to go through this whole phase, but you're going to do, which is a strategy in the Crisis Dungeon, farm your limit break. And huge shout out to chat. Chat was running through me, doing all these, talking about like farming up the limit break through the trash mobs because they don't go towards your score. So no matter how long you fight here, what you're doing here is 1, healing your party if your party's low and you're about to face a boss, or 2, so we're going to switch to Aerith, or 2, you're just getting that limit break up. So I'm trying to farm Clouds, trying to farm Red 13s, and all I'm going to do is sit in defense mode, go back and forth so Unison doesn't come off, but also don't kill it. So now we got a little bit from this one, we're going to get a little bit from the next random mob, and when we get to the final boss, we're going to have full limit break. Okay, as you guys can see, I'm leaving this fight, hopefully not damaged. Yeah, I'm leaving this fight with full limit breaks in all 3 of my characters, and this is the fight on the bridge, as you also can be aware that there's no score coming out of that. So walking around, killing those trash mobs are all for your limit break. That's going to help you go between each fight. Kill a mob, go fight the big boss, use your limit breaks right away. So during this fight right over here, we're going to open up our bag, and because we have the nerf on us, if you're missing a lot of HP, go ahead and use a tent, right? But what we're going to do is give Fire Cocktail to Red 13 and Blizzard to Cloud, because Cloud has the better Blizzard ability and Red 13 has the better Fire ability. Sorry if my throat's cutting out. I'm a little sick, so it's kind of hard making this video. So we're going to go in, and remember, you're minus 50 damage. You want to do the same exact strategy we did for the other fight. Lower its defense as much as you can, and then kill it. If you're using Sephiroth, you have a buff there. So you want to debuff and buff before you get killed. So we're going to sit here in semi. Make sure this is full for the 50% boost in damage. We're going to wait till Aerith casts her Night Bloom. There's Night Bloom. And then I'm going to go for my break. Oh, that doesn't matter here. Yeah, then you just spam this right away. Use all 3. I forgot defense don't matter. I'm not going to redo this to just get this edited out of there. We're doing this now. So the real damage is coming from Shiva. Remember, we're minus 50%, but that's the reason we farmed the limit break before this guy, is to make sure we get that big damage in there. So the Night Bloom at least will do extra damage, but that's how much my level 4 Shiva does. Now we're just sitting here and spamming, because I'm pretty sure this guy's immune to everything. Defense down, you can't defense down him, but you can magic defense down him, which sadly my Cloud isn't. Now we should most likely break the sigil. We're not going to DPS race him, so spend your time here spamming the sigil breaks. If you have someone who does circle sigil break, perfect. Barrett's got one, a couple other characters got circle sigil break, but for the most part it should be pretty straightforward. So we're going to keep going, hopefully not dying here, taking big risks. Cloud being locked on. If you think you're about to get attacked again, just switch to defense mode, because damage doesn't matter here. You just want a sigil break. There we go. Go back to attack mode and then go crazy. Keep it going, and the whole point is here is that you're going to take that 30% increase in boost, and you're going to try to get that big score. So that just clearing this dungeon real fast. Even though we're 50% weaker, I'm still not going to heal. Whoever gets locked on is the one that you're going to be able to go defense on. But no one has a lock on right now, so we might be getting the AoE hit here. There's inhale, and then whiteout came back out. Immediately use it. If you have to wait for the other one for mode bonus, but this should be enough. Almost enough. We got Ifrit ability there. If I wait for Ifrit, Shiva would have killed it with Ifrit. But this is the idea. Get that score. Grab that 30% from the first bird. Come straight to the dragon. And because you got that 30% increase, everything you did, all the items you didn't use, if you don't use items on top of it, will accumulate to your grand score. And the whole point of this is to hit that 1.2 mil. So we're going to see what the end result is. And again, Alexi and Surge are the one who said this might be a good idea for you guys if you are able to beat it. We got 673,000. With the other 600 you get from normal and hard mode, that is 1.2 million. The less items you use, the better. I got an A+. Surge run over here that he showcased with this idea got pretty much 133, 10,000, 194 on mine, 107 for items, 73,000. I was slower, and the bonus there. So you can see that this is pretty much consistent depending on what you do. We didn't fight any other bosses, and because that 30% increase is what gave us 155,000 and just beating the 2 bosses. So really good way to get that 1.2 million. Also, terrible tip, but you can refarm this over and over and over again for no stamina to farm grindstones on easy or normal mode. Not the hard mode, because again, S+ is kind of hard for that 1 purple, but you could potentially farm this infinitely until the event's over for just whatever amount of grindstones you can. So with that score, let's just go to one of the biggest people in my ranking that has a score of 2.8. Maybe my friend ranking has more. This one has 2.8. Click on it, and you can see 152 for normal mode, 55,000 or 557,000, and then that's going to be dependent on your team. But normal and hard, if you go through each person, about the same. 152, 556,000, right? Third place, 152, 555,000. And then if you go to myself or anyone else on your list, you're going to notice that's the idea of what you can get. We can squeeze more. I'll have more strategies later. But here, me in 14th place, 150, 538. That's almost 700,000. Plus that 670,000 I just got off of doing that EG strategy will get you that 1.2 mil to collect all the rewards. So that's how you guys get the easy rewards for just doing the run on the dragon. If you can rush the dragon and kill it, boom. Is there setups that make it easier? Yes. Ice resist down from Lucia, Sephiroth, full build. It's just to get that 1.2 out of the way. So a quick recap. Bring in the Ruin Blows for the Behemoth. Kill in an order that you can kill. Every single kill you get gives you something different, like stun resist, fog resist. So kill the ones in order to give you the right elemental resist if something's giving you trouble. But for the most part, it is Bird, Behemoth, Soldiers, and the Queen. You bring in Ifrit on some of your DPS, so you can AoE kill this in one shot if you farmed your Ifrit. Behemoth is just second because it has no resistance. You can't do ice weakness, you can't do fire. So most people take this out second. So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4 because of Ifrit. If you're not doing Ifrit, then you definitely want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. But this thing can one-shot you. So be careful. Don't be afraid to use your tent items. And don't be afraid to use fire or ice potions up. Yes, the less items you use, the better. But the faster you kill, the better score you'll get. So don't be afraid to just use those extra damage up to make the fight faster, because you get score back because of that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure you guys are hitting the right order. Don't kill the order that you see it. Kill the order of what gives you difficulty. Bring in both Ifrit and Shiva. Bring your best DPS, a healer obviously, and then just go wild. Do the strategy for the 600,000. Once you get the 1.2 mil, everything from there just feels better, because every day you log in, you'll be stronger little by little, but you'll get a higher score. And again, don't stress it. Everything that's rewards are all RNG, materia, gotcha tickets. They can all be in complete absolutely nothing, so don't stress it. So yeah, hopefully you found something useful here. If you guys did, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment down below, help out with the algorithm to help other people as well hit the score of 1.2 million. It's a pretty straightforward event. Like I said, it is very free to play. All you gotta hit is the 1.2 mil and you get all the other cool rewards that come along with it. But for now, if you guys want to catch my live streams or my Discord channel, links are down below. Thank you all so much for watching. Love you, keep on smiling, and I'll smell you later.